Good morning, guys. Today I am going to do a what I eat in a day in my second trimester. I did, if you haven't watched my what I eat in a day in my first trimester, go check that out. Um, but yeah, so I'm going to show you what I'm getting started with this morning. So I haven't made any breakfast yet because it's still really early and I'm getting ready to get me and the kids ready. But I am starting with a cup of coffee with my Natural Bliss peppermint creamer. So that's what I'm getting started with. To start my morning off, excuse the crying in the background, my son is not a morning person. But I'm gonna start my morning off with something quick, easy, and delicious, and not terribly bad for you. I'm gonna have a bowl of my kids' Cocoa Bunnies, or the bunny cereal. I guess it's not all Cocoa Bunnies. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to start with. So I just dropped the kids off at school, and I am running a couple errands. So I'm going to just eat a quick snack before I go into the store. So I've been trying to drink more water, and I got one of these big bottles, a liter, inside the store. It was on sale for 99 cents. So let's see how many of these I can drink today. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and have an early lunch today. It's about 10:15. I do get up early, so I eat my breakfast pretty early. And literally, guys, I've told you in my update videos, I'm hungry like every hour unless I've had like a huge meal. And so I'm hungry like all the time. So that cereal and that protein bar that I had, they don't stick for very long. I will probably have a second lunch around like 12:30, but we'll see. Anyways, this is some chicken tortilla soup that I made the other night, and I'm actually gonna do a video on this soup next week. I wanted to make a video when I made this soup, but this was the first time I was making it, and I was just kind of making it up as I went. I didn't follow any sort of recipe or anything like that. So yeah, but now that I've got it down and I know what makes it taste good and all that, I am going to do a video for you guys on this soup next week. But yeah, so I'm heating up this chicken tortilla soup right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and eat that, and I'll show you guys what it looks like after like I get it in the bowl and everything. So now after my lunch, I actually found some candy to eat. I was really craving candy, and I know we have candy like everywhere in our house. I just couldn't find any, and then I looked up on the top shelf in my cupboard and found these. These are the Airhead, or no, not Airhead, the Warhead cubes. And then before this, I forgot to film it because I got so into it. Was little mini sour gummy worms. There wasn't very many of those, so there wasn't really much to film, and they were kind of stale, but they were delicious. So yeah, my one and only craving, I guess, is candy. It's the only sweet craving I really ever have. But yeah, so that's what I'm eating in between lunch. So I'm at my in-laws' house now, waiting for James to get out of school, and I got hungry again, and it's about 12:45, so I knew I'd probably be hungry around this time again. So I made, because I've been craving this for a long time, a bagel and cream cheese, but it's the Costco cheese bagels. Those are my favorite. I love those so much. So I'm so excited to eat this. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this bagel now. Okay, so it's about 3:45, and I'm gonna just go ahead and get my dinner started because it's gonna take a little bit of time. I'm making just like some chicken and rice soup. I just wanted to use up some things that I had around the house. So I'm gonna show you guys how I make my dinner tonight. So you'll get what I eat in a day in my second trimester on top of a dinner recipe. So, but I started by putting my chicken in the crock pot. I prefer for soup either chicken breast or boneless, skinless chicken thighs. But bone in with skin on chicken thighs was the only chicken I had to work with tonight. So this will have to make do, but it'll be fine. So I just put my chicken in my crock pot, and then I'm going to go ahead and just add about a cup of this, just enough to like kind of cover the bottom so the chicken can cook. Okay, so I just added the broth and some garlic powder, salt, and a little bit of pepper. And I'm going to go ahead and cover that up. And then my crock pot cooks really fast. So I'm going to put it on high. And it should be done in about 45 minutes, an hour at the most. And then I will show you guys how I do the rest. Okay, so I shred the 3 chicken thighs that were in there, and I just took the skin off of them so it wasn't like super gooey. I ended up cooking it for about an hour and a half. It took a little bit longer, and I made the mistake of cooking it on high just so that it would get done quicker, but I probably wouldn't cook it on high again because it kind of dried out the chicken, and that kind of sucks for chicken thighs because it's supposed to be more moist, but I kind of dried it out a little bit. So next time I'll cook it on low, but yeah, so I cooked this chicken and shredded it just with my fingers. And then I chopped up some celery, carrots, and onion, and I'm going to add that in there with the rest of the broth and the chicken, and then we'll go. So this is what it looks like after I added everything in the crock pot. There's the chicken in there, and then I added about a cup, or maybe about a half a cup of cooked rice. I don't know what kind of rice this is. It's some rice that my dad gave me like in a bag. Oh, I think he said it's the basmati rice. So about a half a cup of basmati rice. My rice was already cooked because I'm trying to speed up the process. And then I added some dry basil, salt, and pepper, and that's really depending on preference how much you want to add. And that goes for the rice too. You can add more rice if you like more rice. I don't particularly like a ton of rice in it, so I didn't put that much. But there's carrots, onion, celery, rice, and chicken. Salt, pepper, and dry basil. So super simple, super easy, and I'm sure it'll taste delicious. So another addition to the soup, I actually added a can of corn to it. I really like corn in my soups. I think it gives it extra flavor, and I think it's just a good addition to all the vegetables that are already in there. I just added just this whole can. I drained the juice out of it and then put that whole can of corn in there. And then I forgot to add also that when I put the rest of my broth in the crock pot, I also added about a cup, maybe a cup and a half of water too. That's mostly why I added salt to it too, so that I could stretch out the broth. If you don't want to add water to it, you can just add more broth to it. I only had one container of broth, so I couldn't do that. But the last time I added water to this broth, it didn't taste super watery or anything. It tasted pretty good. So up to you guys. That's just how I did it, and we're gonna cover it up and let it cook for a little. So that soup is gonna take a little bit to cook, mostly because I'm putting the carrots in late. They take a little while to cook, and I'm so hungry right now. because that bagel was the last thing I ate, and that was like around between 12:45, 1 o'clock. And sorry about the noise in the background. My kids are playing Power Rangers, and it's kind of loud. Anyways, I bought some Caesar salad to go along with the soup, which is coming along. And because I'm so hungry and I kind of feel like my blood sugar is crashing in a way, I feel kind of shaky and a little bit nauseous. So I'm going to go ahead and eat my salad now. And then I will show you guys the soup when that is ready. Can I get a thumbs up, Avery? Good salad, huh? Okay, so I've let the soup cook for about an hour now in the crock pot on high. And it looks good enough to be able to eat. It could probably cook a little bit longer, but I'm going to go ahead and eat it because I'm hungry and I don't mind my vegetables being a little bit crunchy. Not too crunchy, but just a little bit. So, yeah, there's that. That's the finishing product. Some salad. There's dinner. All right, guys, I think that about wraps up this video. That soup turned out so good. I really recommend you making it. I probably would have cooked it a little bit longer. Some of those vegetables were not done. I figured that, considering it was only in the crock pot for an hour, and I know vegetables take a little bit longer to soften up. I just ended up making the dinner a lot later in the day than I had anticipated. So if you guys make it, definitely make it sooner. Start it earlier than 3:30. I would have probably started it around noon had I known it was going to take as long as it did. But other than cooking it a little bit longer, the soup came out so good. It had such good flavor to it. It was delicious. I wasn't sure if I was going to have any dessert tonight. I'm pretty full, and we're starting to get the kids all settled in with baths, PJs, and bed. And usually by the time we get done with that, we're so tired we just pass out. So I don't think I'm going to have any dessert tonight. So I believe dinner wraps up what I eat in a day, my second trimester. As you can tell, I eat a lot throughout the day because I'm usually hungry about every hour. My food just digests really fast, and if I go too long without eating, as you can see tonight, it was probably around 6 o'clock that I ate that salad, and before that I had that bagel and I think a little bit more of that candy I showed you earlier. But other than that, I did not eat for that big chunk of time, and that was just way too long. It makes me really shaky, and I feel like my blood sugar is crashing, and then it makes me feel a little bit nauseous. And so it's really important for me to eat lots of snacks and maybe 6 smaller meals a day, because I can't eat a whole lot all at once. There's just no room in my stomach for it. So I try to eat about 5 or 6 meals a day, and then of course with snacks. I did not get to 6 meals today, but that's okay. I got about four, I think. But I did pretty good. I think I probably should have eaten a little bit of something in between that bagel and dinner tonight, something a little bit more heavier. But every day is a little bit different. So yeah, that's about it with that. Sorry, we don't have our cabinet like open right now. Josh opened up the cabinet the other day when he was on the phone with me, and he's like, oh my gosh, our cabinet just fell off. And as you can see, like on the bottom, like the hinge was really bent, so it looks a little bit crappy for right now. But I put a work order in, and somebody should be by tomorrow to get that fixed. Anywho, totally irrelevant to this video. But I hope you guys liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to comment. Any positive comments, any questions. Yeah, and then hit that bell notification for anything so you don't miss anything coming up. I have a lot more fun things to come, as I say in every video. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe so that you can follow me on the rest of this journey. And have a great day, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video.